So I've been doing crochet now for a few weeks. I started in March 6th and it's been 2 weeks since then. I made a lot of different things. Mostly amigurumi because I've been obsessed with them. The whole story of how I started is very long, but my whole point of this video is I wanted to see if I could remake the stuff that I made 2 weeks ago and see if it's any better. Now, I made a lot of different things. My latest creation, cute little doll. It's a bunny, and the body parts took me around 15 hours to finish making. The onesie took me around like 2 hours, and the hat took me like an hour. And I just finished making like today. My first ever stuffed plushie compared to this is very unique. This is my first ever. It's a bunny. It's supposed to be a bunny, but it did not look anything like a bunny. Now if you compare this, you can see like how my crochet got better for the past 2 weeks. Like it's gotten so much better. I learned a lot of new things about crocheting and how to do things. As you can see in this one, the stitches are very weird looking. They're not tight and they don't follow a pattern. The head is not very smooth. It comes to a point and then starts going outwards. Now this is my first ever. I followed it in a YouTube tutorial. I'll be remaking this, but with my skills now. So I guess let's see how it goes. I'm going to follow the tutorial by Mahum on YouTube. I'll link it down below. She shows you how to crochet a very cute bunny, which is beginner friendly, and that's how I started it in the beginning because I thought this was actually pretty easy. But when I started it, it wasn't that easy. I'm gonna follow the exact steps she made in here. This time I know a lot more than the last time when I first started. I'm gonna be using this Elise thick yarn in this color because I wanted to change things up from this brown color. Maybe it'll look better. I don't know. I'm using a 9mm hook along with scissors, and of course to sew things up together I'm going to be using a needle, a stitch needle. I need this stitch marker to mark things up. I don't have much yarn in this, which I don't know if it's going to be enough for this bunny, but if I run out I'm just going to use a more darker color, which is a brown color that I have. Let's see. So I finished the head. It looks like a rat, I'm not gonna lie. I had to do, at the end, a couple of stitches that I had to redo because I wasn't stuffing it enough. This is the finished results of the head. It looks like a rat. Maybe a cute rat. I mean, if you compare it to this is supposed to be like this, but I didn't know that back then. It's supposed to be. Next, I think I'm gonna do the body and then arms and legs and ears, and then attach them all together. currently finished the body. The head is gonna rest on top of this, so you can rest kind of like that. And I'm gonna stuff this up. Also, I have about this much yarn left. This is not gonna last me 2 arms and 2 legs in 2 years. I'm gonna have to figure something out. So I finished the 2 ears. It's currently 8 o'clock. I started at around like 2 o'clock, so it's been 7 hours. It takes me a long time to do anything because I make sure that every stitch is tight and neat, and I'm a perfectionist, so if I see like one bad stitch, I have to go back and redo everything. But I finally finished the 2 ears. I'm gonna attach this to the head of the bunny. Next thing I have is the arms and legs. For that, I have this much yarn left. I really did try to conserve as much as possible. But since I have this much yarn left, I'm gonna do the arms and legs this color so that I can match the ears. Okay, so update. It is currently 11 p.m. and I've only made so far 1 foot. Now, I have a reason for this. This reason is because doing the feet part is the hardest part in this whole tutorial. I was doing the second one and I, for the love of God, couldn't get to 12 stitches. So I had to redo like 3 times. I finally found out how, and I just had to correctly follow the tutorial piece by piece to make sure, because everything here is literally like half double crochet. There's like 2 half double crochet in 1 stitch. There's like 2 decreases, everything like that. So it took me a while to do that. Also, I took a lot of breaks and ate again. But yeah, I'm gonna make the foot and then the 2 arms, and then I'll sew them all together, and then I'm almost done. It is currently 1:16 a.m. in the morning. I'm not proud of it. I have a lot of errors with it that I don't like. First of all, I didn't have enough yarn to work with this, so I had to change colors, which isn't that bad. I mean, the pink and the beige go well together. But the second problem is the ears were very hard to stitch together and they just look really ugly. They don't look at all like the tutorial that I followed, and that obviously is my fault because I suck at sewing. I don't know how to sew. The ears look so weird. Third of all, the body is so cylinder. I don't even know how to fix that. Maybe stuff it less. I'm okay with the arms and legs. I think I kind of did a good job because when she's sitting down, she looks exactly like the thumbnail that I saw on the video. The main problem I have is the bunny, and I tried to fix it by making her a little hat. However, that hat looked ugly, so I just frogged it and decided I'm gonna throw this away and never see this again. All in all, the bunny was so hard to work with. It took me like 12 hours in total. Not 12 hours straight of working, but more like I took breaks in between. I really want to desperately fix this ear thing because I think that is the only thing that will make this any better. And I want to give her a dress to cover up the body and maybe a hat to go along with it. I think that will make everything much better. I might work on that tomorrow. But for now, this is what she is. And if you compare that to my first ever crochet plushie, then yeah, this is pretty much better than the other one. There's no comparison. You can totally tell. And I'm glad I developed my skills up to this point because I at least know what to do to make it look better, and I will fix it up tomorrow and we'll see how this goes. So it's the next day, but you can tell because I'm wearing the same clothes as yesterday and I am just that lazy. But it is the next day and I found a way to make this work. This bunny now looks a little bit cuter and I can actually display it and I can actually be proud of it. So first of all, I fixed the ears, and second of all, I remember when I had this order from my friend who owns a small business. She crocheted me something that it was supposed to be for my cat. Well, you know, my cat doesn't wear that all the time because she doesn't like things being put on her. I decided that the bunny could wear it. So this is the final product. It looks so cute, honestly. I did fix the ears. I did like do a little subtle change. I'm glad that I took on this project because this is what I had in the beginning. And then this is how it is in the end. I like it. I might do more of these kinds of projects where I remake my old crochets and see if I did improve, because I did do a lot of different things and I do want to finish up my yarn supplies before I go buy some more, which I will do that in a few days. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment if you think I did better. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.